That's it. Good, good. Right. Just get my gloves on. Right. On you get. Right, where am I heading?
That way and then...
Okay. Right, hopefully this microphone's working. I'm just going for a little ride on my 650 GL. Ye olde Honda. Well, I'm testing the mic out, but let's give a little brief talk about the GL650 and this 2018 Rose. How does it cope? Well, it's wobbly. The rear suspension bounces everywhere and somehow manages to bottom out as well. The engine vibrates. The brakes are acceptable, but not brilliant by any means. Compared with modern bikes, this is. Although she seems to raise an eyebrow or two as she goes along. Yeah, it's not a fast bike. Performance, I suppose. See what my partner wants. Sorry?
So did she even look?
No, I doubt she even looked. It's just one of them, isn't it? Right. Shall I go left on the bumpy road or straight on? Okay. Right, past this slightly dodgy junction. Keeping wide for the car there.
I like the right spine.
Yeah. My partner likes her spine, she said. Ooh. Right, the bike's trying to pull over to the right because of the partner leaning to the left. Sorry. Vice versa. Right, now we're coming out of this village, up a steep hill, and it's pulling very, very easily. That you can't deny. It's got lots of torque. Yeah, I'm in 4th gear, 30 mile an hour, coming up to the 60 sign, and yep, there you go, 40, 45, 50, and I'm not full throttle by any means, but I don't really feel like thrashing it. But
If you want to go somewhere different, I've had an idea.
my partner thinks I can hear her. Sorry?
You want to go somewhere
Go somewhere? Yeah, sure, you just direct me.
Alright, well, when you get to the 68, we'll go
Okay. Yep. Okay. Yeah, sure. Okay. So apparently we're going for a ride down to Thirst. The camera's mounted on my visor, hence it disappears when I lift my visor up. It's so when I'm filtering at home that nothing bad gets seen. I mean, I can breathe properly and don't mist up my visor. Yeah, that's it. That's the answer. Right, anyway. Hello, tractor, my side of the road. Understandable. And these rural roads up the northeast, yeah, you really got to have eyes up your rear end. I mean, you do anywhere, but not a single word can be heard. That's fine. That's all right. Sit on the A1 for a while. Yeah, I can do that. The only downside with the GL650 for me is the vibrations send my hand numb. But that's because I got carpal tunnel and it's pretty bad. I've got special gel gloves on, which aren't very bloody warm today, but they do keep my hands from going as numb. Operation pending. Anyway, I think my partner's holding my helmet and holding my crash helmet and trying to turn on the intercom. I don't know why she's bothering, because her helmet's flat. It's very windy today, so it's going to be extremely useful to see if the visor works. Right, thrumming along rather, 55 at 4,000 revs. It's just orderly, no traffic behind me in the mirrors. Watch for this car turning across me. Now, as I go into this corner here, I'll describe how the handling feels. Right, it's trying to tighten up the front end, and the back end, bounce. No, it wasn't bad. I suppose if you take your time, it handles reasonable. But the front end is so very light, it wobbled then when I hit a bump. Now, if I took these roads on my Valkyrie, it'd be rock solid. It wouldn't weave, it wouldn't bounce, nothing. It also wouldn't take corners as quick. Hello? Can you? Oh! Yeah. Well, I'm not bothered. If you want to go there, we'll just use our brain nav. See if that gets us there. No, I'm fine. It doesn't bother me. I'm happy whichever way we go. It doesn't bother me. Yeah, it is a beautiful cottage up there. As we ride around the northeast, we look for nice places we would like to live. Very beautiful. Sorry, I'm doing a running commentary as well at the same time as talking to you, sweetheart. Oh, beautiful, isn't it? It is nice riding around the northeast. I do enjoy it. Sorry? But just riding around the northeast full stop is just very enjoyable. I mean, I do like this bike, but its shortcomings can be a bit annoying at times. But there again, it's the same with the Valkyrie, isn't it? I find things with that drive me around the twist. And now my fingers are starting to go numb. So that was a whole 4 miles before my hand started going. Oh, it's all right, because you know I've got on my handlebars here. I've got my throttle stop birdie. I missed it. Oh God, I hate that. I tell you what, the injection in that hand was so painful. I mean, it was all right after a day or two, but he cocked up. He cocked up. Yeah. Yeah. Right. Yeah. Can I overtake? Why, yes indeedy. Use the torque of this little V-twin. There you go. 50. Yay. Coming up to 60. And that's quite enough really when I'm riding. I can't be bothered. Scooby-Doo coming up on me. Super duper Impreza. Now when I was younger I'd have probably raced it, but I must be getting old because I can't be bothered. Here he comes. There he goes. Sorry? Oh, yeah, I know. Now my Volvo T5 would be up his arse. And I'd be crying about the fuel economy. Now what's the good things about this bike? Fuel economy is amazing. 60 plus to the gallon most of the time. Yeah. Although the handling's wobbly, it never gets completely out of control. So far so good. And the braking for its time is acceptable. It's not bad, it's not brilliant. Wow, the wind is really bad up here. It's no wonder they got windmills up here. Right, take this corner at 60 and I get, whoa, and I got a huge weave in and wobble and the rain as well. Yay! Whoopee! I think it's almost hail as well. Okay, to right. Hand's already playing up. Might have to swap gloves for some warmer ones in a minute. And a shoe in the middle of the road, of course. Naturally enough, a hazard that every road user has, the shoe. I can't remember where the hell we are here. No idea. To the right. Am I going left here? Left? Yes. Right, okay. Well, I hope this dirty grey cloud sods off. Are you listening to me, Lou? No, clearly haven't got her mic on. Oh, happy days. So you have all the summer and you can ride around, but no, let's wait until the weather turns to shit and let's ride around then. I hope she's waterproof with that coat. Lou's relatively new to motorcycling and doesn't cope very well with the rain and rough weather. Me, having done the Dragon Rally and a few other rallies where I'm not happy about the cold and rain, I can deal with it. At least it isn't bloody snow. Although my hands are rapidly saying you really need some thicker gloves on, and they're in the panniers, so I may have to pull over and put them on. But for now, let's ride on. Right, I have shitty tyre on the front, which is probably equal to the tyres of the time, to be honest. Can't remember, it's the modern day remake name of the Chen Shin, which actually isn't a bad tyre. The rear one, it's about 15 years old and needs replacing, but it's still loads of tread on it, so it goes against the grain for me. But I think I'm going to have to replace it, as it's not very nice on wet roads like this. Hello! There you go, don't say hello, ignorant people. Oh, let's put the lights on, I suppose. Hope the alternator's up to playing. Yeah, it never seems to track exactly where you want, like the modern bike. I mean, were they always like this and I'd just forgotten? Because I've rode more modern bikes, stay there. I don't trust them. It's alright. Were the older bikes always like this? And I just plain forgot that they handle like this and they brake like this. Or is it just wear and tear and wear and tear, and I need to get that tyre changed and get rid of the horrible standard rear shock that the GLs came with. Seen some interesting ideas for changing the shocks for the Yamaha, I think it's a Dragstar 1100, and a way of converting one of their shockers to work on these. It's supposed to really improve the handling, so I'm very interested in trying that idea, because I mean it does get a bit jarring at times. Yeah, the clouds do look a bit ominous. Yep. You okay? You okay? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. You can see why I like riding around here. Beautiful views, and I don't even have to ride fast. I suppose putting on a sports bike, I would be riding quick, and I do ride faster on my Valkyrie, but on this, I can't be bothered. It's just nice to dawdle and to be fair on it, and fair on me rather, I spent a long time rebuilding this engine and sourcing spares for it. The piston rings are out of a race car from America. I can't remember what. It's some car we don't get over here. It's a set of oversized rings for one of them, and even they had to be modified by machining the second piston ring down to, I think it was 0.8 of a millimetre. And obviously your normal changing the cam chain and all the bits and pieces while it was stripped. And I even had to go at balancing the engine, although it didn't seem to make a damn bit of difference to the vibration. Yeah, balancing the conrods, believe it or not, on a set of scales. Hello. You see, not all Harley riders are ignorant. Yeah, looks a bit like me, mate. I try and get a bit of life back in those fingers. 9 mile done, and they're pretty numb now. Without these gloves on, my hand goes so numb I can't feel the throttle, and I can't feel the front brake, which effectively means when I used to ride a sports bike, I couldn't feel the brake braking from a higher speed than I ride on this. That's 70 miles an hour, obviously, would be the maximum speed I'd do on a British road. Nothing faster than that, of course. Oh yeah. I don't know where this Polo's going, and I don't think they know where they're going. And I think I'm going right, but they haven't got a clue where they're going. Right here. Yeah. Right. My partner's from the northeast and knows this area really well, and she loves it. And that's wonderful. They haven't got a clue, and they didn't indicate. Right, temperature on the bike, very, very low. I think I might have took the thermostat out or never replaced it anyway. Some sort of paranoia about overheating, I think. I can't remember now. I did, because of the problems these 650s have with head gaskets, I did have a set of copper gaskets made for this bike. They're bloody expensive to have made. Most of the money was because of the scanning into a computer that I had to have done. God, my brakes are squealy. Not sure why. Yeah, it is. Well, there's lots of nice houses around here, isn't there? It's beautiful. It's a beautiful place to live up here. We have somewhat bumpy roads. Although my partner assures me that the southern roads are much worse. I don't think so. Well, it depends where you go. Dodge the pothole. Oh, Jesus. Manhole that I couldn't dodge. Yeah. Stanhope, 6 miles. Yeah. The handling on my bike may be off because it was designed to have a 20 kilo fairing on the front, and without it there, oh, yep, little donkey, yep, without the weight of that fairing there, it does make the steering very light and flighty. And I believe Honda made the steering light anyway, they designed it that way because of the weight of the fairing. So I can't really blame them that if the bike handles a little bit funny when you take 20 kilos of weight off the front end. I mean, if I really wanted it to handle better, what I could do with doing really is getting the headstock angle changed slightly, just so it was slightly more, I can't remember the angle you'd call it, but basically so the forks are sticking out as opposed to sticking down. Less trolley-like. Because at the moment, if I let go of the bars, a little twitch on the road and it will wobble like crazy. It's probably not a good idea to do it because my partner will probably go nuts at me for letting my hands off the bars and letting it wobble everywhere, but no, I won't do it because I don't want to scare her. Bye for the poor walkers. Oh no, and something's come back out. What's this coming up on me? Is it a copper? No, I don't think so. Doesn't matter, 100% legal. Paranoia kicking in. It is nice, eh? So, riding on modern day roads with modern traffic, the GL is totally outclassed. Hello. Yeah. Hello there. I'm okay at the moment. When we do stop though, I'll change my gloves because my hands are going rather chilly. I don't mind, I'm not bothered which calf. I don't mind, it's up to you. I don't want you freezing to death. Well, yeah, are you warm though, or cold? Yeah, and you know what it like can get up on the top of the moors. Well, I'll leave it down to you. I can handle it, but I'd have to change my gloves before I go over the top, because my hands are starting to feel cold, not just numb, but cold. My fingers on the right hand side have unnumbed now, if that makes any sense. Is this Stanhope? No. No, it isn't. No, I've got a little bit longer, haven't I, for Stanhope, another few miles yet. Oh dear. Stanhope 3 miles. Saturday, so I suppose there's lots of people on the road really for around here. Oh, the temperature gauge went up to normal now after being through a town, the village rather. Are you still there, Lou? Oh, Motor Guzzi. Right. Well, I've been going quite steady. It's not been too bumpy, has it? It's been all right. I think it's when the speed increases that rear shocker just can't keep up with the rebound of the bumps, and it just ends up getting tied in knots. Oh Christ, yeah. The greenery has definitely come back to the land after all the heat we had. Oh, late night. Ow. I wonder why they can't just build the manholes back up to the height of the road when they rebuild the road. Why is it so difficult? As opposed to having these sunken bloody manholes. Shake your bloody fillings out when you hit them. Yeah. Mind you, he's keeping warm by pedalling, you know, at least he's... We're just sat here, you're not getting a lot of exercise, are you? If you want to flap your arms to keep warm, by all means. No, they're all northern up here, they're all mad. How much is a diesel here? 132. Oh, how's that compared with down south? There was at 136 at one place. Yeah, it is. Unfortunately, supermarket fuel does work out cheaper. You probably find what they do is they put the cheapest chemical they can put in with petrol to try and thin it out and spread it out, so they maximise the profits. Hence they. I'm all right at the moment, drink-wise. Okay. Yeah. A Biter's Cafe somewhere. Yeah, not very popular today. It must be something to do with the weather, I think. Since it isn't boiling hot. Yeah. No. All here is my replies. That's if it's recording. I don't even know if it's still recording. I can't remember what it was set to. It's still recording. Okay. I don't know how long it records for before it runs out of memory card. Am I turning left here or straight on? Okay, alright, whichever works. Oh god, I was going for another gear then. The little engine's that torquey, I was convinced I was in fourth, not fifth. Bawk.